And so we once again find ourselves lacking in the music department. But hey, it's always one click away, you know? I think I'd learn. I gotta warm up the old pipes here. Oh, whoops, I guess I went a little for a little too long there. Something like that happened. It's been a while since I've had to do Edgeworth. I had no idea. None of the case files I read went into such detail. Well, I doubt there would be anything that would be inconvenient to the prosecution. Especially with that Von Karma at the head. How did the investigation go from there? The desserts had disappeared from the victim's room, so the investigation hit a rough patch. I bet. First of all, it's a hell of a snag to run into, and secondly, it sort of makes the plot thicken. Thanks to that, it took a whole year before the verdict was handed down. A whole year, Jesus. 1 whole year? That's quite a bit, yeah, actually. This is before the whole 3-day pre-trial system was established. Yeah. Trials didn't need to finish in the short amount of time that they do now. Yeah, I never liked that. Led to some real bullshit situations. It's like, there is sufficient evidence to continue a trial, but it is day 3, so I think we really need to just declare Mr. Wright's client guilty. And my personal favorite, the fucking DL6, it's like, the statute of limitations runs out on this case in 3 days. And it's like, oh, of course it does. I see. Did they ever find out why the victim's dessert disappeared? Well, kinda. His dessert was like a candy ice sculpture, made from sherbet. I do like sherbet. Since it was made from ice, the general consensus was that it had melted. However, that might not quite be the case. What do you mean? This museum used to be Mr. Master's mansion. The stage of the IS-7 incident? So wait, is IS-7 what we were just talking about, or is there some other incident? And in this very place, they're exhibiting the Sherbet Salon from 18 years ago. The victim's dessert? Yep. Though it could be just a replica of the original. Yeah, I imagine it would have to be. Sherbet's not gonna last 18 years, I don't care how cold it is. That's why Uncle Ray had to come today to check it out. And for your old man, too. Now then, let's get a move on and check out the room. I'm pretty sure it's over in the Winter Palace. Okay. The Winter Palace should be... Is it that one? I thought that was the one, What's-Her-Face is from. It's locked up. That's odd. They've already opened the museum. Mr. Shields, according to the... Why doesn't he call him Ray? But clearly... Whatever. According to the pamphlet we received at the entrance, the Winter Palace is over here. Yeah, I thought that was, What's-Her-Face's room. Delicia's room. Really? I could have sworn it was this one. Alright, let's go. We got to confirm the truth of what happened 18 years ago. I mean, yeah, it was 18 years. It might be difficult for you to remember which one's the Winter Palace. Ah, there they are. Ah, and hey, it's, I think that's the girl from the first case down in the corner there, and that's, Ron and his wife, who, if I'm not mistaken on that sprite, is sporting some cleavage. It's quite a bit of sport you have there. I'm not going to bother voicing these two because they're just cameo characters. The other one, if that's the girl from the first case, I'll give her a voice, why not? Man, it's still cold as ever. Uncle Ray is gonna freeze solid. It seems the Winter Palace lives up to its name. It's like a freezer in here. With the lights dimmed like this, it's almost as if the room itself is made of ice. I think the control panel to the room temperature is on the back wall. Well, we shouldn't touch it, obviously. Why would we do such a... Miles, why don't you check what temperature it's set at for me? Uncle Ray is going to give the curator of this place his mind later. It's way too cold in here. Very well. But if you want to look around the room a bit, feel free to stay or freeze to your heart's content. I'll get the camera ready. I want to take some pictures of this place and show it to your old man. Are you referring to the spirit mediums that exist in this world, or are you just speaking metaphorically here? Also, somebody pointed out, forgive me, I don't remember your name, I'm terrible with those, but my interpretation of Ray is not one he would have ever come to the conclusion of, and the actual objection voice for Ray suits him. I think his voice on the objection thing is way too deep, alright? This is a skinny man, alright? He's, you know, he's got, his Edgeworth's shoulders are more broad than this guy's. They're sloped and pointy. He's a beanpole, this here guy. I do not see him having a deep baritone voice. Objection! I don't see that. You know? That might just be me, but I do not see that at all. Understood. Suppose I'll... Whoops. Well, since we came all the way here, why don't you take a look around? I wanted to. I'd go to a warmer room. I actually quite like the cold. Why don't you borrow my clothes? In the exchange, I'll borrow your jacket. What would that accomplish? Anyways, you, no, that's not her. Is this the kid from the first game? Very first game. Who, broke into the Steel Samurai thing? She even quit her job in order to run this museum. I don't really get it. Perhaps he's the son of an acquaintance of the curator's. Without seeing a face, it's hard to peg it. These two, on the other hand. I'm not gonna bother voicing them. Like, first of all, I would base it on Video Games Awesome, and secondly, I'm already using her voice on, that girl from the first case, so... Well, how about this? I'll yell out, Mask to Mask is here! Yes, it's me, Mask to Mask. Good, good. Wait, Ronnie, if you say that, you'll get arrested. Come on, if we don't plan properly, we won't be able to sell it. It's ice. What are these two talking about? So yeah, for those of you that don't know, in Game 3, of those two, the one on the right is Ron Delight, Mask to Mask, and the one on the left is his, I think, wife at that point, Desi? I think it's Desi. To give you a hint on the Video Games Awesome thing, Fraser gave her the voice I gave that first woman. Hey, Ronnie! It's pleasure to see you again! You know, that sort of voice, which suited her quite well, I think. And, the girl on the show, Becky, voiced Ron Delight here, who... That was also incredibly appropriate, as it was high-pitched and whiny. Mr. Shields, I can't find the temperature control panel. Ah, right. They keep it where it's hard to find. Just one moment. Oh. Huh, it's locked. Well, yeah. Makes sense. They wouldn't want the guests changing the temperature by themselves. According to the pamphlet, the Winter Palace has a temperature of 27 Fahrenheit. That is just below freezing, I believe. Ah! Now that is cold. Uncle Ray's gonna freeze to death. I think that's like -4 in real temperature. I guess I'll need to find someone to share the body heat with, preferably a beautiful lady. Oh, are you trying to freeze me to death as well with those cold eyes? Of course not. Yeah, lighten up, man. It was clearly a joke. Examine the art here. There are 2 sculptures displayed here. These sculptures are the replicas of the desserts that vanished 18 years ago. Impressive, huh? These sculptures made out of ice. Yes. My father never got to see these ice sculptures. And now, 18 years later, I'm standing before them. Miles, sorry to bother you while you're deep in thought. Could you turn this way a little? Like this? Yes, yes, like that. Mr. Shields, you're not... Say cheese. Mr. Shields, please don't take pictures of me. Heh! Sorry. My bad. I just wanted to make sure the camera works okay. That camera looks quite old. Yeah, well, that's because it's an old-fashioned camera. You know, an instant camera. It automatically develops the photos after shooting. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, it's an instant camera. Or instant development camera. I don't know. It has a proper name. Yes, I know. No, I've never used one. Not since I was a kid have I used one. You're quite the know-it-all. You really are the old man's son. Could you move a bit? I want to take some more photos of the room. His face has taken an unusually serious expression. He's discussing his dead mentor. I imagine it was a mentor situation. Japan loves that relationship with the mentor and all that. He's probably thinking about the IS-7 incident. Man, I snapped a bunch. And they're already developed. See? Those will be important later, I bet. He shoved them in my face before I could reply. Well, I have one more question for you, Mr. Know-it-all. Do you know what these two sculptures represent? Gemini and Taurus? The sculptures of Taurus and Gemini from... Oh, well. I mean, Edgeworth said it, but clearly I'm a genius. Oh, bingo. Not bad, Miles. That's probably why they call this room the Winter Palace. Uncle Ray is feeling generous today, so I'll give you a copy of this photo too. Thank you. Yep. Has a crime even happened? Why do we have an evidence file? We're looking at the thing from 18... whatever. One of these replicas of the Constellation desserts that were made 18 years ago. Yeah, it looks like these two sculptures were also made out of sherbet. Really? Damn. That'd be... I guess it'd be fun to eat. I was thinking about, could I live with myself if I destroyed art like that for sherbet? And it's like, absolutely, it's sherbet. Uncle Ray's only seen the real sculptures in photos. But these sculptures look like the real deal. This is what you wanted to show me. And my fucking Magikarp. God, you'll jump when I say you jump, damn you. Yeah, I wanted to show the old man would have... I'd like to think the old man would have wanted to see it here. I'm sorry, Uncle Ray had a bit of a stroke there, and didn't have the courage to come here alone. Don't apologize, this was a good opportunity to learn about my father's case. That means a lot to me. So you want to take another commemorative photo? No thanks. Yeah, she is... I'm gonna stop commenting on, Desi. I swear her name's Desi. I just don't know who the boy down there is. Yeah, if I had to peg one, though, my money would be on the kid from the Steel Samurai in the first game. Cody, I think. A giant oak sculpture is glaring down at me. If someone glares at you, tell them with the right to return the favor, was what I was taught. By which person? It's ice, dude. Its effectiveness depends on the timing, the situation, and the opponent. Yeah, the opponent not being made of, frickin' sherbet. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. Well, yeah. No, the inside must be hollow. On the surface, there is an image of the stars and written descriptions. How do you get an inside hollow? Possible, I guess, if you scoop it out from, like, the bottom, but, it's a lot of work. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, a star cluster that comprises a part of Taurus. But for all these stars to be grouped together as a cluster, the ways of the ancient people must have been very imprecise. Oh, they just gave meaning to the stars. Alright, now that I've got some pictures of the room, let's check out the other palaces. Might as well see them all, since we're already here. I suppose you're right. Whoa! That yell just now. It sounded really dumb. Let's hope that's not his actual voice. It came from the fountain patio. Let's go, Miles. In case anyone's wondering... Oh my Christ! Oh, fucking... Oh, and of course he's next to a dead body. Frickin' perfect. You son of a bitch. People that don't know this game don't know what I'm doing. Everyone who does know the game knows exactly what's running through my head. wonder what voice I should give him. Clearly a bumbling buffoon. Bumbling buffoon. I also don't think the fountain's meant to be jumping up and down like that. I think that's just kind of a graphical fuck-up. There's someone passed out on the floor in a pool of blood. And that man there is... of course it's him. And, that's the dude from the other case. I guess he didn't do it. Larry... In my normal voice, because I'm thinking it too. Larry, what are you doing here? And why are you dressed like that? I get that that was your outfit in Game 3, but... Is Larry... But... No, Larry hasn't been in every game. He hasn't been in the game since they went to 3DS, I don't think. And I don't think he was in Apollo either. Shame. Excuse me. Shame that. Maybe he and Gumshoe are off solving mysteries together. Larry, what are you doing here? No, I'm getting ahead of myself. What exactly happened here? Whoa! How do I do this? Bumbling ninny. Edgy! I saw something no one should ever have to see! Again! I hate that voice. But given it's Larry Butts, I think it's appropriate. Larry, calm down. Why is someone passed out here? I didn't do anything! He just fell down all of a sudden. Well, even... This man, he can't be. Oh, that wasn't blood, that was just his hat. Yeah, it's you two! God, how old are... Do we have profiles? How old is she now? Just Ray. Well, there's Delicia and the girl that was clearly 24 in the flashback. So if it's been 18 years, that would make her... According to the game's logic, that would make her 34, I think. And according to my logic, that would make her 42? Well, we'll get a better look. I don't know which one is talking. Excuse me, but what's the matter here? Can't raise such a ruckus in the museum, boys. No idea which one of them that was, so... I still need to find a voice for her. This scent is... Seems like he's still breathing, but this is a bad situation. No, he's not dead, so that's good. Mars, it's not safe here. Get everyone out of here. Everyone get away from the room right now. There's poison gas coming out from it. Which room? It's a hell of a thing. Probably the locked one. Zodiac Art Gallery fountain. Patio. So who was declared guilty in that situation? If all of them are still here, is there another party we have yet to meet? Oh, fucking Larry. He's copying. He thinks Ray's pretty cool, so he's copying his walk. Mr. Shields, I was the victim. It looks like he breathed in a little too much of that poison gas. I think any amount is a little too... He's still unconscious. According to the doctor and the ambulance, there are no external injuries or any other wounds. Thanks to our fortunate timing, we were able to save him before he was too far gone. But he's not out of the woods yet. He's currently being treated by specialists in the infirmary. At least he's alive. I see, Mr. Shields. Is he an acquaintance of yours? Yeah, you could say that. He's dang Gustavia. He was involved in the IS-7 incident. I guess that... Okay, so that is the IS-7 incident. The pastry chef. So he was involved in the case 18 years ago. At least the other guy's doing alright. Is he a friend of yours, Miles? Yes, you could say that. It's fortunate you were not hurt, Larry. Clavin! What's you could say that supposed to mean, Edgy? Oh, I hate that voice so much. How could you treat a childhood friend like that? That's just cruel. And also, when I'm dressed like this... Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. Weren't you the fucking nickel or copper or tin samurai or some bullshit last time I saw you? And also, when I'm dressed like this, I'm called Maurice Dunim, you know. So don't call me Larry, it's Maurice. I hate him and his theme song. But it's a love-hate. This isn't like real hate. This is a guy I love hating. This man is Larry Butts. He's nothing but trouble, and he's been one of my friends since grade school. Although you kind of hadn't seen him for like a 20-year span there. 15. Some time ago, he awakened to the calling of art and assumed the alias Maurice Dukes Nim. I'm gonna assume that's Dunim, Dukes Nim, Dunim, something like that. I'll alternate between the two because I'm inconsistent as shit. If it's pronounced some obvious way that I'm missing, feel free to correct me. But a Butts by any other name would smell just as much. Yes, if something smells, it must be the Butts. Really? You two are childhood friends? I better report that to your old man, too. I'm sure it would bring him joy. He was always worried about you not being able to make friends. Good for you, Edgy! Aren't you glad to have a bosom buddy like me? My father was worried about something like that. But anyway, what are you doing in a place like this, Larry? How many times do I have to tell you, Edgy? I'm Maurice! What are you doing in a place like this? Yikes! Don't glare at me when you talk. So are you going to tell me? Isn't it obvious? I came here to study art. Fucking... Are we not gonna address the fact that you were, I'm pretty sure, the Steel Samurai in the last game? With Old Bag? No. Was he one of the Badgers? I know for a fact Old Bag was one of the Badgers and the Pink Samurai. I'm 99% positive Larry was the Steel Samurai. I know he was one of the Samurais. It could have been something other than Steel. I can't remember if he was one of the Badgers or not. He probably was, given his luck, but... he... definitely was a samurai in performing as a samurai in the last game. So why'd he go back to Maurice Dunim? I fucking hate that monkey on his shirt. I hate everything about him. I hope we see some classic Larry art. That was some of the worst shit in the first game, or third game, I guess. I'm going to take Mandy, oh, God, him and his girl, on a date here, so I was doing some scouting beforehand. Aren't you just using art as an excuse to go on a date? Not bad, Maurice. Maybe you can introduce some pretty girls to me next time. Oh, now you're talking my language, dude. I think I'm getting a headache. You're getting a headache. By the way, Maurice, did you notice anything strange from when you found the victim? Nah, not really. Nothing that would make you say, I saw something no one should ever have to see. Oh yeah, that! I was just surprised when I saw the old dude fall down out of nowhere like that. I didn't do anything this time for once. Is that anything to brag about? You know what, with him, yes. It's a miracle that he isn't a suspect at this point. Alright, I need to find a voice for her. That'll probably be next episode. Thanks so much for watching. Oh wait, shit, is Larry, Larry's the same age as Miles. Yeah, how old is he? 26, alright, so Miles is 26. I buy that. Gustavia got much older. And I think new scars, maybe? Breathing in poison gas and collapsed in front of the Autumn Palace. It's Larry. AKA Larry Butts. It's Larry Dunim. Maurice Dusnim. Fucking that face. Larry Butts, my friend since grade school, claims to be an artist. Claims, yeah. Right now, so Miles is 26. Finally figured it out. Mystery solved. When we come back next time, voice for her, I guess. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Tokenlad. Talk to you later, Shrewd Negotiator. See you around Ass Clowns.